What's up guys, I'm Newbie Dave and this is the Weekend Update. Let's get started. How's it going y'all? Hope y'all are having a great weekend. Last time we've made some sheep farms over here and I promised that we were going to come back and put some roofs on each of these things, but I wanted to do it with the colored wool that matches the sheep that's in there. So I had to let this thing run for a while to get plenty of wool, and I'm happy to say that it has been doing great. I've got a couple full stacks already of white and light gray, almost full stacks of everything else. This should be more than enough, so we can go ahead and get started on finishing this thing up. So I will start with these two blue sheep. So I need dark blue, or regular blue, and light blue. And what we're going to do is we're going to get on top here, and we're just going to start putting down random pieces of wool and just kind of decorate this thing. I am going to take some of this and turn it into carpet, and we're also going to decorate with carpet on some of the edges just to add a little bit more depth. Now, in addition to the wool, we also need some light source on all these things, and I don't want to use torches or lanterns. So what we're going to do is use jack-o'-lanterns. I'll borrow some shears here. I'll put those right back, promise. So to make a jack-o'-lantern, just put a pumpkin on the ground, use some shears on it, pick the pumpkin back up, and combine the pumpkin and a torch, and you get a jack-o'-lantern. So we're going to put a jack-o'-lantern on top, and I'm going to put it right above one of the dispensers. And then we can put some carpet on top, and we'll put some other wool blocks around it. So this thing is going to be completely hidden. You'll never actually see it, but it will light up this area because it's got carpet on top of it, so it's not being completely closed out. There we go, something like that. It's nothing terribly fancy, but it looks nice. It shows you what color wool you're going to get from the sheep in this enclosure, and just kind of seals it off so it's nice and protected, nothing can get in there. And once we get all of these completed, it's just going to add a whole lot of color and variety to this area. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the rest of these. So I was getting some more wool and noticed there was some raw mutton in the chest over there. So I come around and find this guy where he doesn't belong. Well, grandmother, what large teeth you have. So I don't know how he got in there. I'm guessing he somehow hopped up on top here and came over, but yep, this is not a wolf farm, this is a sheep farm. So I'm gonna have to get another sheep in there. Okay, there we go. No harm, no foul. There was a little bit of harm, a little bit of foul, but we're okay. And there we go. So all of the sheep enclosures now have some roofs on top that will keep them safe. No more wolves getting in and devouring our sheep. And it adds a lot more color to this area, kind of livens things up a little bit. I didn't have any blocks hanging off the front or the sides, just to, kind of give us some space to run around, but I did have some blocks hanging off the backs of these things, just to add a lot more variety and depth to it. And as you can see, it is nighttime and this area is still lit up pretty well. So those jack-o'-lanterns that we hid on top underneath all the wool, they're doing their thing to keep this place lit up, but you don't really see anything. So I like hidden light sources. I like the jack-o'-lanterns for that purpose. I'll probably still come through and add some more decorations to this area. It's pretty bare right now. May add some bushes, some plants, maybe some benches, a little walkway that goes through. And I might put down some more lanterns just to kind of finish it out. But that's not all we're doing today. Oh no, I've got a lot more in store for you. We're actually doing 4 builds today, although kind of like the farms episode, 3 of them are really kind of the same thing, just multiple times. So the first one was covering up our sheep farms over there. The next one is going to be some auto-smelters. Auto-smelters are very handy if you need to smelt up a whole lot of resources and you don't want to create 18 different forges or furnaces or something. And you also don't want to just kind of sit around forever while they work and continuously feed them. So I'm going to build 2 different auto-smelters right over here. So these are going to be furnaces and smokers. The furnaces will let us turn cobblestone into stone, stone into smooth stone. We can smelt gold. I don't really need to smelt iron ore anymore, which is why I'm not using a blast furnace. With my iron farm, I just kind of ignore iron ore at this point. But it will allow us to smelt a lot of resources, and then the smoker is going to let us cook up a lot of food, which is really going to come in handy a little bit later in the game. So to start, I'm going to put a double chest in the ground right here. I'm going to dig out in front of it so you can get to it a little bit easier. Then behind that, I will put two furnaces, what are these things? Hoppers, going into the double chest. On top of the hoppers, I will put two furnaces. On top of the furnaces, two more hoppers. And then on top of those, another double chest. So what's going to happen is you put items in the double chest. The hoppers will pull the items out and feed them into the two furnaces, which will smelt them. Once the items are smelted, the output will get pulled out by the bottom furnaces and put into this chest down at the bottom. So we're going to do the same thing right next to this with the smokers, like so. These things are now functional. We obviously need to go put some fuel in there and we can start loading them up. But as with everything else, I want these to look nice. So I'm going to use some spruce logs, and I'm going to go, let me see. I think I want to go right here, up like that. I'll do the same thing over here in this corner and over here in this corner. Yeah. And then I'm going to take some spruce trapdoors, and I want to cover the smokers and the furnaces so that you don't see them, but by making these trapdoors you can still get to them to add more fuel or if something gets stuck. I'm going to do the same thing with the hoppers on top here. Those we never really need to get to, but just adding the trapdoors makes it consistent with the rest of the build and looks nice. And then on top of each of these, I'm going to do one more spruce. Now on the top of this, I don't want to put spruce planks or spruce stairs because the logs and the planks, they're not really the same color. But dark oak, if you make dark oak planks and stairs, they actually blend in pretty well with the spruce. So if we get up on top here, put a dark oak stair, you can see the dark oak blends in really well with the spruce. And then for the sides here, I think I'm just going to do some more spruce trapdoors. So we'll do trapdoor there, and we'll do one on the bottom, and that will make it match the front. Now on the side, I think I'm also going to do some dark oak stairs to hide the chests on the back. We'll leave it open in the front so you can get to it. Yeah, I like that. Now for the top, let's see, what are we going to do back here? We'll kind of open this up a little bit. And we'll do spruce logs on the back like we did on the front. And then I think what I want to do for the top is we'll do some spruce logs going that way. So temporary blocks to place those facing out back. And I'm going to do the same thing on the front. But we can't have spruce logs or any solid block above the chest or else we can't open it. So instead what I'm going to do is create some dark oak slabs. And on the top here we'll just put some slabs down so that it blends in with everything else, but is a half block so that you can still open the chests. And we'll do the same thing to the back that we did this to the sides. Upside down stairs over the chests and some trap doors to cover the hoppers. Now for the front here, I think I want to actually take these out, and we'll put some spruce logs in the ground here in front of the chest as well, going sideways. And then I think we'll do spruce planks all around that. So that actually completes the build. I'll probably leave this chest here so that I can leave coal and other resources inside of it. But now let's demonstrate how this works. So you'll come over here, you'll put in a fuel source in each of the furnaces, and then whenever you need to smelt something up, you just load up the top. What's really nice about this is you can put way more stacks of resources in the double chest than you can in the actual furnaces. You can only hold 64 in here, whereas you can have, I think it's like, I don't know, 40 or 42 stacks. And they don't all have to be the same thing. So you can put in some cobblestone, some stone, you can put in some weapons and armor to smelt down. So you can mix and match a bunch of different things in here. And it's just going to run, and you come back when you're done, and all the output will be in the bottom chest. So very nice and easy. And our last build is going to be the exact same thing, but with a composter. So I'm actually going to build this one over by the crop fields because I am getting so many crops, more crops than I can actually trade with the villagers. I'll go trade carrots and potatoes and beetroots with the farmer villagers over my villager farm, and they run out of emeralds, they can't trade anymore, and I'm left with all these excess crops. I've got way more wheat than I need to breed all of my animals. And so what you can do with all the excess is put it into a composter to get bone meal. So this is going to be almost the exact same build, except with the composter we only need one. We don't need a double chest or double hoppers or double composters because of how composters work. So I think I'm going to set mine up right here. So we'll do chest in the ground, hopper behind that going into the chest. And then on top of that we will put a composter, hopper, and a chest on top of that. Now I'll come in and do a similar build around this to make it look nice. But the way that this works is, I'll take some of my excess wheat over here. So same thing, you just load your crops into the top, the hopper will pull them out and put them into the composter. And with anything organic, just about, that you put into a composter, there's a chance of it increasing the composter's level by 1. Once it fills up, it generates bone meal, and the hopper on the bottom will pull the bone meal out and put it into this bottom chest. So all of our excess crops can go in here. And what's nice is it doesn't have to be crops. You can also put in, I think flowers will work. Yeah. So the flowers will work. It pulled the flowers down, composted those. You can also put in any excess saplings that you have. A lot of different types of food you can put in there. And so it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like a garbage chute almost for organics, except you get bone meal out of it. Alright, that's going to wrap up our weekend update. Thanks you guys. I hope you really enjoyed this. I think we got a lot accomplished this weekend. We got 2 auto-smelters and auto-composter, and we finally put the roofs on those sheep farms, which will finish up that build. So this was a good weekend. Hope you all enjoyed the episode. I hope you're enjoying the series. If so, please like the episode and please subscribe so that you can get notified of future episodes as they come out. Thanks y'all, and have a great day.